What's going on, guys? So we are to season 3. So I guess we're gonna get right into it. So we got to start by doing some ranking. We're gonna rank the 20 games of season 2. We did this in season 1, but let's go over it again. Leftmost is just making the cut. That would be your 20s, your teens, and then your top 10s will be on this side. To your right, or to your y-axis, you have everyone will love, one person will love. The idea is that the more niche the game is, the lower on this XY it's going to be, or this y-axis it's going to be. I did a preliminary of this months ago. The list has changed since I did my initial, so I'm kind of going off the cuff, and that's the best part. So, just making the cut, we'll start with Wonderboy, the Dragon's Curse. Dragon's Curse? Yep, the Dragon's Trap. Okay. So, this is a fun little game. It's a Metroidvania, but I don't think it comes without its flaws. I played it 2 or 3 times on stream. I think it's pretty basic, and I think that's what holds it back to me. But I think it's higher up because it's so accessible. I think that really it plays in its own favor. But yeah, Wonderboy, I don't have a ton to say about it. I only put 2 hours into it, but I didn't have the drive to continue it. It's got a really good art style. It's got some fun exploration, but I don't think it's perfect. Next, I actually think let's do Kirby Superstar. It's gonna be way up here though. Kirby Superstar is only my like 3rd or 4th Kirby game. I really liked what I played, but I just have no desire to go back to it because just a Kirby game. So we know where this one is. So we got 20, 19, 18. I'm gonna do Fall Guys, and Fall Guys is way up here. Fall Guys, everyone's gonna love it. It's way up at the top. One of the most popular games of last year. Not much to say about it. I just don't think the game has a ton of depth. It's just fun. It's got good pick up and play fun. It's free to play on everything, and now it's on Switch, so that's what I played it on. So yeah, that's number 18. 17. Think now I do Peglin. Peglin is going to be here, but it's actually going to be more down. I'm going to put it right on the line, and the reason why, because dungeon crawls, it's roguelike, and it has this rewarding peg, you drop a ball and it goes down and hits these pegs, and that's a really rewarding feeling watching it cascade down. My beef with it is it doesn't have a lot of content, and you can't help that when a game's in early access. I mean, it's gonna continue to get stuff added, but I think early access games, when they launch with not a ton of features, then I'm just kind of So let's see. Wonderboy 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Let's go with yeah, I'm gonna go with Groove Coaster. And I'm actually gonna put it down further here. Groove Coaster, if you don't know anything about it, is a rhythm-based game. Looks like this. It's really fun because it has really rewarding button presses and stuff. Oh, I didn't even know it was on the Switch. I've played it a lot on mobile, and it looks just like this, except instead of the buttons, it's a touchscreen, and it's a fun game. It's a little simplistic. I wouldn't say it's perfect. Most of the songs are in Japanese as well, so you kind of have to get used to that. But otherwise, I think it's fun. But rhythm games aren't the most pronounced genre. They're pretty just kind of whatever for a lot of people. So it's free to play on mobile though, and you can buy song packs. Like they even have a songs for like Undertale. There's an Undertale pack, so you can get some of those songs. But yeah, that's why I'm putting Groove Coaster here. Number 15 is maybe the game I've played the most. This is Threes. I'm actually gonna put it here, above Peglin, above Wonderboy. So why do I put it there? And what is Threes? Threes is a puzzle game, kind of like those number combining ones that you think of, like 2028. You're just combining numbers into a grid and just trying to get a high score. It's a high score game. But why is it good? It's addicting. It's simple. You can pick up and play a game of it in very short time. I think on the App Store it's cheap. Freeze on the App Store is $6. That's kind of expensive, but I would say it's almost worth it for the amount. 2048. Yes, that's what the it's similar to that. So it's addicting in that same regard. I just don't think there's a lot of legs there. You'll just play it a lot. I'm gonna do Hyperlight Drifter. I'm gonna put it right about here. I really did like Hyperlight Drifter. There's just another game on this list that basically quelled my desire to play it. But now that I beat that game, I'll probably come back to it. But everyone knows what Hyperlight Drifter is. I may play this one off stream and then revisit it later. Just revisit my thoughts later. So I'll get to it. So yeah, I'll give it maybe a better score or an improved thoughts on it later. But that's just what I think of Hyperlight. It's really good, but it got replaced with my desire to play another game on here. Similarly, let's talk more gaming blasphemy. I think Dead Cells is right about here. Now, Dead Cells is really good too. A roguelike platformer with good combat. I think I put 30 hours in it off. No, 13 hours on it off stream. But I don't want to play it a lot. I kind of hit this wall and I could improve. Doing runs is really rewarding, but I can only play so many roguelikes. It's just not the genre for me very often. It's still really good. It's a really fun game, and I would recommend any of these games. I mean, these are my top 20 games of the last quarter. So, and actually this season went a little longer, so from April to now. It's really fun. It's got a tremendous art style, but I don't want to play it that often. And a lot of these other ones I want to play a lot. And that's just the truth. I'm gonna go with Mixolumia. I'm actually gonna put it pretty high. So what is Mixolumia? It's a game that not a lot of people have talked about. I mean, it only has 97 reviews on Steam. Mixolumia is like Tetris. If you took the grid of Tetris, turned it just ever so slightly. It has really nice graphics, really good music, really good sound design. It's very chill, but only if you want it to. There's different play or modes of play. I think it's an incredible take on the Tetris genre. I have high opinions of this one. Everyone's gonna love it because everyone loves puzzle style games like Tetris. One of the most popular games of all time. If you like Tetris, you should play Mixolumia. Next, we're getting to really good games, and I'm gonna put Matt's gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna put Devil Daggers, and I'm gonna put Devil Daggers way down here, actually lower than Groove Coaster. Devil Daggers is a first-person shooter that's incredibly hard, incredibly fast, horror-based. One person would like it, it's Matt. I mean, it has a... Let's see the Steam charts. 19 players playing online. Peak of all time is only 326 people. I mean, I like it too. And I need to play it more off stream. I got hooked on it for a bit. But, man, when you don't want to play it, you don't want to play it. Because it is stressful. You're so concentrated on this game. You know, you're watching everything. And it can, just make you tense. I think it's really good. It's just not what I want. And in fact, thinking about it, we're going to drop it below Mixolumia. I think that's the change I want. Mixolumia not in the top 10, but still really good. Just making the top 10, we have Dwarf Romantic. Man, this is a really fun puzzle game. A lot of puzzle games on here. We have, I mean, 4 is a high number for puzzle games. Dwarf Romantic. This one got a full release this year, which is good. It was in early access for a while. They polished things up. It's got amazing art design, amazing look to it. Look how chill this looks. It's so soothing to the eye. It's relaxing. It's rewarding. You just find so much game out of just puzzle piece like tile laying. I mean, it's very board game like, and I think it's even categorized under board game. Yeah, they do. Yeah. So I mean, like, it's very board game like, which is why I would like it. I mean, I come from a board game background, but I think it's real solid. A lot of people need to try this one out. Let's go with Stacklands. Stacklands, I'm gonna put here. It's kind of niche. I mean, a card-based city like a resource management game. It's the best sock pop game in a while since maybe Lucky Town, but it's real good.
Stacklands is a village
We're not gonna listen. Village
where you stack
Manager.
cards to collect.
Quit that. But it's really fun in that regard. It's got a lot to discover. It's very calming again, except whenever you see that monsters are coming. Discovering ideas is cool. I think it's fun. And they're still updating content, which is great. I'm gonna do Kirby. Kirby in the Forgotten Land. I'll put here. It's a really good game. I just don't think it's super difficult. So I don't think I feel justified in putting it super, super high on the high on my ranking. First 3D Kirby on a big console. It was super fun. We're still haven't finished it. I've been watching my wife play a lot of it, and that's been like my joy in like the game. But I've also been playing through it as well. I think it's really good, just not the most difficult. It's more innovative and cute and enjoyable in that regard. So that's where I kind of stand with Kirby. I like it a lot more than I did Superstar. All right, next I'm gonna do Stray. Stray, I'm gonna put right about here, actually, like right on the curve, close to curve, like in between these two. Stray, I played on stream. It did super well considering it's an indie game. I mean, 67,000 total reviews. I was super hyped for this. Played it on release day. I think it has incredible art direction, fun puzzles, great story. Yeah, I really did like it. Little short, but completion. If you're a completionist, it's got a lot of content to find because it has these like memories that are hidden about the game. So yeah, it's really good. I'm gonna do Magical Drop 3, and everyone's like, "What the heck is Magical Drop 3?" So another puzzle game, but it's versus. So I'm gonna put it right about there. I'm gonna drop Devil Daggers a little bit lower. It's combo based. There's character like a tier list. It's really good. Um, it's even hard to describe what's good at it about it, but it's so rewarding when you're playing at a really fast pace. It's on Switch. This is going into one of their sets. So you have the you're like able to pick up stuff from the main board and you're able to continue to pick up stuff and match it. And if you get combos, like it'll fall faster. It just has a really rewarding like gameplay feel. Like it's hard to even describe like why it's good, but it just makes me want to go to an arcade and play it. I've played it at a few arcades. I played it at Genesis this year, and man, is it fun! I played it in tournament actually. It's really good. Um, it has a not super big, but a tournament scene, and I think it's super fun. Next, mini. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. I'm gonna do mini motorways. We're gonna put it right here. Mini motorways is the sequel to Mini Metro. It is about managing a city and its infrastructure. You have Red cars come from red houses, and they need to go to red work buildings. And then they'll be there, they'll work for a bit, and then they need to go back. You have to build the infrastructure to get them from one place to another. Sounds pretty easy, right? Well, you have to decide, do I want to do highways? Do I want to do roads? Do I want to do stoplights? Do I want to do roundabouts? There's a management to it. Do I need to use tunnels through the mountains? So there's some really tight decisions about it, and when something goes wrong, everything starts to go wrong. It gets bad really, really, really quick. I think it can get tense, but it's also very chill. These two kind of fit in the same genre. Chill, good-looking games that have one can get tense real quick, the other can't. Tension factor kind of lowers this one a little bit compared to Dorfromantik. Next one, and here's going to be the surprising one. I'm putting Multiverses. Multiverses I'm putting at the top as well. Maybe just down a little bit. Why am I putting it at the top? It seems kind of weird. It's the most played fighting game on Steam of all time. Its launch day was crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy big. And still, 33,000 people are playing this game. Look at this. It is in the top 25 games being played. Not as much as Counter-Strike. I mean, look how many people are playing Counter-Strike. But 33,000 people playing is crazy. And to compare this to another game on this list, a game that's said to have a thriving community, still has 4,000 people. It seemed to be a major success. And it's going to be later on this list. But my word, the fact that this is considered a success, what is this considered? This is considered a monumental success. I don't even really need to describe it because it's so popular. Everyone is talking about it, everyone's playing it. It's really good, but I think from a Smash perspective, I think it's lacking just a little bit of in-game polish. The polish comes from the characters, the interaction, the voices. It does a lot in terms of creativity. Some of the characters, like Tom and Jerry, feel like nothing in the Smash universe. So I mean, like, it makes sense that it would be as highly regarded as it is. I think it just needs a little bit more time in the oven. But on a bright note, these characters that are coming next is crazy. The guy from um, Gremlins and Black Adam being the next characters were such a swerve that I didn't see coming. And I think actually Morty comes out this week, so that's going to be fun as well. Next, another incredibly popular game. I'm going to put just under Multiverses, but just over Kirby, is Vampire Survivors. 11,000 is still a lot. And 77,000 people playing at once, or playing at their all-time peak. That's a ton of gamers. And why is this game successful? Because it's pick up and play easy. It has a lot of content, and new content is being added all the time. I know it's successful because my wife enjoys it. It's one of her favorite games. It's so easy for her to just grab the game and start playing it. It's dead simple. And the fact that most of the game is just moving. The game does the firing for you in most cases. The upgrades are really rewarding. It's just high quality. But everyone's played Vampire Survivors, so it's got to go up here. I'm going to put in Strive. I'm going to put it right here because traditional fighting games kind of have a niche audience. It's still considered a success, though, so I got to actually maybe put it here. Strive is really good. I mean, we looked at the stats. It's got 3,000 people playing it. Or 4,000 people, roughly. I think, in terms of polish and look, Strive is up there amongst the best looking games. Maybe some people may debate on it because it's not sprite based anymore, but in terms of its look, it just looks so cool. And the music bops. The gameplay is really fun. It's the first time I've got into a traditional fighter in a long time. and I'm very happy that I am because I enjoy regular fighting games to a high extent, but I've not really ever got into the online portion of it. And it's got decent online. But this was an easy number one once I put more time into it. Tunic is my favorite game of the season and maybe like one of the best games I've ever played. Now, why is it below the the line on the x-axis? What makes it so low? So there's a few things. Number one, it's deceptively cute. And why do I say deceptively cute? There's your mascot right there. But I mean, look how cute this game is. But it can be very difficult. It can be very tough, like in terms of like solving puzzles or knowing where to go next. It just kind of throws you in the universe and just is like you have to figure things out for your own. Um, some of the bosses can be really difficult if you're not prepared for them. And truth be told, the last section of the game is almost like if it wasn't for the fact that it was bonus content, like to get one of the endings, it's almost so hard in terms of like using your brain, like some of the puzzle solving that I almost say it's uh unforgivable for some people. Granted, I want to see where is the thank you for playing. No, game over. Yeah, 18% of people have beat this game. That can kind of tell you. And 19% have gotten one of the other endings. Of the 5,000 players, 1,000 people have beat the game. Not under 1,000 people that have played Tunic on Steam. It's worth it. It can get really brain burning. I mean, instruction manual like gimmick, or it's more than a gimmick. Uh, the instruction manual is such a pivotal part of the game that I was so enthralled by it. Yeah, so this is my best of the season. I think I'm quite happy. This is what best of season one looked like, which is also a good one. A lot more niche. And if a lot of these games were to be in nowadays, they'd be a lot lower. I've played a lot more indie games versus this one. this, these may be indie games, but they're definitely not niche. These would be like eclipse all of these. These were all just based on like my opinion. This one's just based on facts.